The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
So we have two pieces of audio of the day, of the weekend, that you have to hear absolutely. And stick around for the second one because you're going to hear somebody get run over by a car, but they're okay. Okay? they're okay.
Stick around for that.
You stick around for it because...
We've had a lot of injured audio.
You know, honestly, both these involve cars. No one got injured in the first one. This is a United States Postal Service worker that was driving the van, the big postal, the mail van, and they were caught by the cops going 105 miles an hour in the van.
That's what I call, like, speedy delivery, and that is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
When I hit priority on that package and I pay for it,
Yeah.
that's what I expect.
However,
What?
not delivering mail in this situation.
Oh.
Turns out just pulled up to a stoplight and drag raced a Mustang that was next to him. So it's kind of like Fast and Furious, kind of just looked over and we're like, we doing this? Let's go. But she's in a mail van. And here's the exchange from the officer when he pulled her over.
Is there a reason you're going over 100?
I didn't realize that I was going that fast.
Yeah. I mean, that Mustang took off. He caught my attention, and then you blew by him, and I was pacing you at like 105.
I shouldn't have gone.
Did you know the person in the Mustang?
No.
Okay.
They were driving around like ridiculous on 590, but...
I kind of assumed when the way they took off and at the light there, because I was right across from you.
Right.
So he saw me coming up behind him, and he did the right thing and stopped or slowed down, and then you continued.
I mean, come on. You're going to go for the male person and not the Mustang?
Well, the mail person guy slowed down, and apparently since the...
I slow down when I see cops, too. It doesn't make me a good person.
Well, but
it doesn't mean I'm wrong.
But when the mail van kept going 100, he figured he better stop that. You know what I mean? Now, I'm sure maybe they got the Mustang guy later, too. Drag racing is not very safe. Don't do it. Don't drag race out there, kids.
I didn't think those mail trucks could go that fast.
I just love the cops' reaction.
Is there a reason you're going over 100?
He set her up to win because if she would have had a reason, you would have let her go.
Yeah, my water broke. She should have said that. God. And I agree with you. Those mail vans, I never would have thought they could go 105 miles an hour.
Oh, God. Maybe a postal service worker could tell us differently. I know Rio, the mailman, always checks in with us. They feel like they're death boxes. They don't feel safe at all.
Yeah. And sometimes the mail doesn't come that fast. So, I don't know.
Well, not if the cops keep getting in the way.
Thank you, Kenzie. She's just trying to do her job.
Amen.
Somebody ordered same-day delivery.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the Mustang's just doing what he wants. She's out here working harder than the rest, and that's who we stop?
Well, she decided to drag race the Mustang, which is a very interesting proposition. When Mustangs can go 160 or 70, I think. And you're in a mail truck.
Well, she won, so suck it.
Well, he slowed down because he saw the cop and she didn't, and she kept going 105 in that truck.
Because he's a wussy.
Oh.
She meant business.
Maybe he didn't want to go to jail?
I don't know. Let this be a lesson to the underdogs. If you feel like the mail truck in life and your competition is the Mustang, don't count yourself out.
Wow.
This is kind of an inspirational story.
Oh, God. Very, very inspirational. So, okay, second piece of audio is, it just says a YouTuber. I'm not going to give the person acknowledgement on what they were doing exactly because she sounds like a bad person. So she's recording while driving in her car, and she hits somebody and runs them over. But the person gets right up and claps back at him. You hit me.
Oh, wow.
Here's the
Was
audio.
it a cat with 7 lives?
No, it's a person.
No, he does hear those voices.
So here's her just talking while she's driving her car and recording.
No, he does hear those voices. They're not fake, but I wonder if
That's the person getting run over.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, that's not the whole audio. Let's go back there again. Here we go, so you can hear it again and enjoy it.
But I wonder if Oh my God, are you okay? No. I didn't see her.
Why are you not looking?
I was looking. I didn't see you. Oh my God, you guys. I don't know what just happened, but it wasn't good. All right, guys, here's your content for the day.
So that's where we're at.
I don't know what just happened, but it wasn't good. You hit somebody. I don't know what just happened there.
And the person, who is it? The Terminator just gets right, pops back up. You hit me.
No kidding.
Weren't you looking? If
I was looking. That's me, by the way. I will look right at you and be like, whoops-a-daisy.
Okay, let's see if this sounds more like Kenzie. I don't know what happened.
No, he does hear those voices. They're not fake, but I wonder if Oh my God, are you okay?
No.
I didn't see her.
She goes, no, I'm not okay.
I wanted.
Here it is again.
Oh my God, are you okay?
No.
I
I didn't see her.
Why are you not looking?
I was.
Did something happen to her mouth?
I'm wondering the same thing.
It said they were okay. And the story I read, it said the person was fine.
Well,
but-
she said she's not.
Well,
The story makes.
but the way she's kind of like got like slurring her mouth.
I didn't see her.
Why are you not looking?
Why were you not?
I like how she gets mad that I was looking.
I was looking. I didn't see you.
I didn't. Maybe she's small.
I want to know more about the mouth now, because when you get hit by a car, you
I
don't
bet
get
you
hit
do
in
want
the
to
mouth.
know more about her mouth, you pervert.
No. I'm saying you normally get hit in the leg, not the mouth. Why is
Yeah.
she slurring her
Case
words?
would hit someone in a car and go, "What that mouth do?" What's wrong with you?
Oh my God, you guys. I don't know what just happened, but it wasn't good. All right, guys. Here's your content for the day.
Yeah, you hit somebody.
I don't know what just happened. I feel like you know exactly what. Just like you had a whole exchange about it.
And you recorded it too on video for YouTube.
It's like, why would you post that? She wasn't live, was she?
I think it was a recorded video.
That's what I'm saying. Why
Or
would you
no,
post it?
I'm sorry. I think it was live streamed. That's why we have the audio.
live streams. This is why I don't live stream stuff. Way
Yeah.
too incriminating.
I got to hear it again one time.
No, he does hear those voices. They're not fake, but I wonder if
I'm not a good person. I understand.
Why are you looking?
Oh my God, are you okay?
No.
I can't. No.
This is a lot like in The Office when Michael hit Meredith with his car.
That's yes, but also that is how I sounded yesterday because the baby screamed the entire day, and my husband goes, "Are you having a good day?" And I'm like, "No,
No.
this sucks."
No.
I didn't see her.
Why are you not looking?
I was.
How'd you hit me in the mouth?
I was looking. I didn't see you.
I like how she sounds like, obviously, she's like, I was like, I just didn't see you. Hello.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, that audio is so good. And so when I'm making fun of her about the way she talks afterward, did she get hit in the mouth? We had a couple texts come through. Amanda came in, texted it and said,
I love this text.
I can't read it all the time. Hold on a second. Okay.
You want me to read it?
Let's get it together. See Amanda's text, Kenzie? If you
Yeah,
can
you
read
need
it.
me to read
If you
it?
can read it without
Can
laughing.
you compose
I
yourself?
can't. You read it.
Amanda said, when I got hit by a car, my mouth hit the ground after I got hit by the car. That could be what happened.
That sucks for Amanda. That is a double whammy if there ever was
I'm
one.
so sorry, Amanda.
But do you think, hold on. When Amanda got hit by the car, do you think it like swept her legs out and then she went face first into the ground?
Well, what I didn't imagine is like people were gonna send in their POV of when they got hit by. I didn't think that was gonna,
Who has a person in their life that can tell a story? You know, when I got hit by a car. Oh, Amanda, we love you. Thank you for sharing that.
Amanda, if you have more info on when you got hit by a car, please text us. I'd like to know more about that story.
What also could have took her out at the legs, which this is a really dated reference. Have you ever heard of curb feelers?
No.
So cars back old cars, some of them people put these on. These kind of like I don't know what to describe it as, like a stick that whipped, and they put it out
Like a tail?
like a tail. You put it out on your wheel, so when you're getting near a curb, you'd know you were near the
you
curb.
attach that permanently to the car?
Some people did. I never had one, but I think it's more like 70s stuff. Where they were
It's
called.
like, is it for like a blind car?
Well, for people that can't parallel park. Let me see if it still exists.
For a blind car.
Curb feelers were
Blind
springs.
spot.
Curb feelers were wings or springs or wires installed on a vehicle that act like whiskers to alert drivers they're right distance from the curb. You can Google image of it, but that's maybe what took Amanda out. Somebody had curb feelers, and the thing whipped under her legs, and then she hit her mouth on the ground.
Oh, no.
Amanda, thank you so much for sharing that. Also, 773 checked in. He calls himself just a Frankfurt mailman. So he's a mailman in Frankfurt, Illinois. And we were talking about that. She was driving 105 miles an hour when the cop pulled her over in the first piece of audio. And he says, at 35 miles an hour, you feel like you're going back to the future in a mail truck. So imagine her going 105 miles an hour in a mail truck, drag racing a Mustang.
Okay, we just got a text from Allie.
Can you read it? I don't know if you can get it.
She goes, I got hit at 10 years old, but I'll make you laugh. I landed on the hood. And they freaked out, so they slammed on the brakes, and I flew off and hit a street sign.
Oh my God!
What are you, a cartoon? With an anvil fall?
Oh my God!
I can't.
Imagine the luck. You get hit by a car. You're on the hood. You get thrown off the car because hit the brakes, and then you hit a street sign.
Ironically, like you hit a stop sign. Like please make it stop.
Couldn't you land on the grass next door, maybe at least? Oh my God! Allie, thank
What
you.
a series of unfortunate events.
The good news is I know that's one of our regular crew member, Allie's, that comes to events, and I've seen her.
love her.
And she's good. She's alive and she's well.
Well, she even said, like, let me make you laugh.
Thank you.
She even knows.
Oh my gosh. What a first hour here. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Coming up at 7, I should say. 8 is Billy Iowa's tickets. Coming up in 8 minutes at 7, your chance to get the Q101's Fest, a Hinterland music festival with Noah Khan, Vampire Weekend, Hozier in Iowa. We will get you there. First, it is Gil Curtis, if you can handle more comedy with your headlines.
This is not headline news. George Lucas turns 80 years old today. Luckily for him, he's approaching the age where he won't remember what Disney did to Star Wars. Avril Lavigne is releasing a 20-track greatest hits album. No word on what tracks 3 through 20 will be. A new study suggests people should drink less or not at all. The study was conducted by the International Association of Killjoys. Scientists have developed a substance that counteracts the effects of alcohol. Or you could just not drink. And today is Bond with Your Dog Day, or as Christy Nome knows it, Tuesday. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
So just about 4 minutes away, we will have your chance to get to the Hinterland Festival in Iowa. Not too far away, but you'll see Noah Khan, Vampire Weekend, Hozier. The lineup is insane. A really cool festival. We'll get you there free. So stay here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I didn't think playing that audio of the woman getting hit by the car, who's okay, would lead to a lot of our listeners and finding out how many of them have been hit by vehicles before.
A shocking amount.
It's unbelievable.
219 checked in.
I think 12% of the population is hit by a car.
Well, of our listeners anyway, we hope everybody's okay. 219 checked in. I was 12, got hit by a car while I was on my bike. I rolled on the hood. My bike went under the car. The guy stopped and asked if I was okay. And I said, quote, I think so, but my bike's not. Guy gets back in his car and takes off.
Well, at least he checked.
So he went on the windshield, the bike went under the car. Bike's not okay, he's okay, guy drives off.
What a great line from a 12-year-old, too. Well, my
Right?
bike's not. The ball's on that kid. I love that.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry about your bike, though. I'll try to help you out there somehow.
He's got a Tony Gwynn baseball card in his spokes. He's living his best life, and then he gets hit by a freaking car.
Hell! There's more here. I don't know if Kenzie, if you want to read one of them.
309 texted in and said, working at Napa, I had a coworker back up to unload batteries. Well, his foot got stuck under the gas pedal. Well, my legs got most of it. I was pinned against a forklift. It was like a scene from a movie.
Oh, my God.
You said your foot got stuck on the gas pedal. You're barreling towards somebody.
Jesus.
Can you imagine getting pinned by a forklift? How
No.
terrifying that would be?
No. Oh, my God. I hope you're okay, bro, today. Finally, Amanda checked in. Yeah, an SUV hit me and knocked me down, but with enough force that I flew and hit my head. Came to it, fell in the street. I just laying in the street after hitting my head. A cop stopped, drove by, and as I was coming to, he paused and told me to get out of the street before driving away. And as he drove away, she still couldn't move and just laid there. Amanda, I'm so sorry.
I'm surprised the cop didn't write her a ticket, throw it on her, and then do the Allen Iverson where he just steps over her to get back into his car.
Oh, God. We bless all of you that are still here today after this traumatic childhood. Okay, so right after Lauren, is there another one?
I just can't believe he told her to get out of the street. I was about to help you.
Hey, kid, get on straight.
Hey, come on now.
Causing trouble.
Imagine the position she was in, like her arms like just sprawled out.
It looks like the outline of a body on CSI.
What do you think she was doing?
Yeah.
What do you think she was doing laying down in the middle?
She finally realizes someone's coming to help her.
She's like, oh, thank God it's a first responder. Like, what are the odds?
Oh, God.
Holy cow.
It's like you're a danger to society.
Oh, my God. So good.
Oh, no.
All right, listen, we got free stuff for you after Lord, okay? Your chance to get to the Hinterland Music Festival to see Noah Khan, Vampire Weekend, Hozier. We'll get you there safely, I promise. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 in 3 minutes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
All right, we're just about 10 minutes away from 9 a.m. It's your next chance to get to the Hinterland Music Festival, Noah Khan, Vampire Weekend, Hozier, and more. Plus, you get Riot Fest passes just for qualifying. So that's at 9 a.m. right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So I want to pour one out. This actress's death has really affected me. I could have talked about it yesterday because it was more timely then, but I couldn't put myself up to talk about it. I couldn't do it. And today I think we got to get it out there because if I don't today, I'll never do it.
So it's an actress?
It's an actress. So in case guest Vince Vaughn, he did not die. Also Morgan Freeman. And who did you say, Kenzie, you thought I was going to say?
Elizabeth Berkley.
Elizabeth Berkley from Showgirls.
We talk about Showgirls a lot.
I like Showgirls a lot.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
great
cult
movie.
following.
Case has not seen that movie either, by the way.
No,
So
I have not.
good. Probably not on the list of immediate most popular movies of all time that you have to watch.
I don't know. I could bump that up on the list.
I bet you could.
Nah, that's a good call on Kenzie's part. You wait on that. We haven't seen, again, he hasn't seen The Godfather yet. We have to wait on that before we get to Showgirls, which sounds really weird. But
Is Sharon Stone okay?
Sharon Stone's okay.
Okay, all right.
Like her too. But I'll just play this, and then instead of the usual pour one out music for Susan Backlini. She passed away at the age of 77 over the weekend. Now, way back when, 50 years ago, she was in a movie we've all seen, except for Case, that terrified the country
And none for Christian Wiener.
of going in the water, and that movie was Jaws. Okay, and you're saying, who is she? I mean, I know Roy Scheider was in that movie. I mean, there's a lot of unknown actors' names in the movie. The shark was the star, and it scared the hell out of everybody. This
Played
movie.
by Johnny Depp. A lot of people don't know.
Yes, Johnny Depp is dead. No, I'm kidding. It's not Johnny Depp. So Susan Backlini was the woman in the beginning of Jaws, where they're sitting there at the campfire scene, and it's so joyous, this beautiful scene with young people having a good time, drinking, campfire, marshmallows, and this beautiful woman, Susan Backlini, looks over at a guy that she wants to maybe get with. Mm-hmm. Blonde-haired, surfer-looking guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not noticing or making a move. So she gets up and starts running through the sand. It's in the middle of the night, like midnight, if you remember the scene. And she gets running and starts taking off her clothes as she's running. She's wearing like kind of a flannel and jeans, and she takes that off, and she's not completely naked until she gets right to the edge of the water, and you see her butt for like a second. And as a very young boy, when I saw this movie, that was the greatest thing I ever saw. She takes this dive. She's a beautiful, stunning woman. She was a championship swimmer in real life. And she takes this dive into the water and goes swimming. And the guy's running after her, saying, hold up, and he's wasted. And he can't catch up to her. And he ends up passing out on the sand, wasted, and does not get in the water with her. And she swims in the water, and she's there, beautiful scene of the moon. You see a silhouette, but you don't really see anything. And it's the first appearance of the shark in Jaws.
Okay.
And she gets bitten, and then this horrific scene happens. I mean, it's horrific of her trying to struggle. And you think it would just go under and that'd be it for a shark scene. There was no music going on. There was nothing. And she is just getting reeled across the water. It's going back and forth. And there's a buoy she tries to grab onto, and a bell rings. And she can't, and she's screaming, and the drunk guy can't hear her on the shore. And then finally she goes under, and she's gone.
Is it weird having a boner during that scene?
I didn't think it was as a kid.
Sharks?
I mean, she was a stunning. It set the tone. That was it. She's never done a movie really since then. Mm-hmm. Nothing. And she set the tone for a movie that scared the hell out of everybody to go in the water, even Lake Michigan. Like back then, people were scared to go in Lake Michigan thinking a shark could get in there. We actually found out there is a shark that can go from salt water to fresh water. I believe it's a bull shark can do that. So technically, there could be a shark in Lake Michigan, Kenzie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're going. You don't like to go into the that
I'm not
water.
going to run into it naked if that's what you're asking me, Brian.
No, I'm not asking you to do that.
I have an idea for the show, Kenzie.
Let's see. This morning, you got to get hit by a car, and now you got to go in Lake Michigan when the bull shark is swimming around.
How old were you? 28 when this movie came out?
No, I didn't even see it when it came out. I saw it much later, and I was a little kid, and that's just what that's the first naked
How
person.
little?
Like 8.
You're like 8?
Yeah. And my brother
you were
was.
a horny 8-year-old? What
Oh,
a
yeah.
weirdo.
Oh, please.
What?
Every dude listening was a horny 8-year-old.
That is weird.
Check in right now if you were a horny 8-year-old.
Please don't. I really don't. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer all these texts.
But that was the first naked woman or person I'd seen in a movie before. First naked woman, clearly at 8. I mean, I didn't have sisters.
Jaws is pretty aggressive for an 8-year-old.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to watch it, and it terrified me. That movie was scary as
Where
hell.
were your parents?
They were home, but in another room.
They didn't care.
Yeah, they didn't care. I
They
didn't.
just heard screaming or whatever.
Well, like, when you were a kid, like they had back then it was just HBO, and it would come on. And when they left the room, I put HBO on, and then they come back and you put on like I don't know.
Yeah, but you put on
Discovery
HBO.
Channel.
Exactly.
You put on HBO with the thought of maybe seeing a nipple.
I thought, and I got it. Well, I got
know.
a butt. I didn't get
Well,
anything
on Discovery
else.
Channel, you could see like a gorilla's nipples.
Don't think I didn't go that way too.
I know.
You're just so horny.
Yeah. But I mean, you remember the first movie where you saw somebody naked in it?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
What was it?
Titanic.
Oh,
They're paying me like one of your French girl scenes. That changes a man.
Now, how old were you?
I was
24.
it was just last week. Yeah.
I'm just guessing. Sorry. Well,
Yeah.
how old were you?
maybe barely double digits. But by the time you were 10 or 11, you're looking for boobs. Anywhere you can find them. Because like we've talked about a number of times on this show, you used to not be able to find boobs the way you can now.
No. So did someone tell you it was in the movie, or did you just see the movie that surprised
I just
you?
saw I was surprised by it. I had no idea what was happening. Here I am
Wow.
thinking I'm watching this story about a boat. Next thing you know, I'm seeing a nice, glorious pair of boobs.
You're like, this boat's never going down.
Got some good
floaty
good
device.
floaties.
This is the safest boat I've ever seen.
How'd the boat go down? It's just shocking.
It's unbelievable. It's defying gravity.
Oh boy. Do you know when, Kenzie, the first movie you saw a naked person in?
No.
Really?
This rings 0 bells to me. Like, at all.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's a man-woman thing like that too. Like you didn't care about it. You didn't,
Probably. Is I'm not like, woo, balls. I'm 8. I want to see some balls. Like I didn't feel that way. Sometimes I still don't want to see them. It's like, oh God. I didn't have the same feeling.
is there a movie like that though? With
You're like, thank God. Thank God there's a bunch of balls on the screen right
is there
now.
a big movie I'm trying to think of that?
Like a big ball movie?
With
One with a lot of balls?
No, a big movie with balls.
Well,
I'm thinking like let's say Armageddon.
In a
I don't-
good way. Probably not in a good way.
Yeah.
the only movie I can think of with full frontal male nudity is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh yeah.
And there's balls in that.
You've seen that. Do you remember that opening scene?
With Jason Segel getting naked.
When he's trying to break up with her and she goes, would you please just put some clothes on?
That is now ringing a bell.
No, if I put clothes on, you leave. He keeps saying, I know what happens when I put clothes on. You'll leave.
I know. I try to
So awkward, that scene.
I cannot think, I just don't think it has the same.
Okay.
And then, I knew what boobs look like because, I had them.
Yeah,
so
that's a good thing.
Oh, nice flex.
I wasn't like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah.
All right. Well, people check in on this. 312-591-8300. The first movie where you saw somebody naked. That was it for me. The Jaws. And
the opposite sex version of this is horrible. Like Step Brothers, his balls are on the drum. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
it's not an attractive thing.
I'm going to go put my balls on your drum set.
It's never attractive.
It can be a woman, too. Women can see women in movies. It's okay. 312-591-8300. The first movie you saw someone naked in. That's where we're at.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.